Democratic Party Chair Lulzim Basha called for a transparent investigation removed of political influences into the Mayor of Leja, Fran Frokai, who was arrested yesterday, charged with abuse of office. During an inspection of the work at the Morini Customs Point, the EU Ambassador Roman Vlahutin made it clear that Albania and Kosovo will only operate without customs once both parties have joined the EU. The euro has reached a record-breaking low when compared to the Albanian lek, with €1 currently being exchanged for 131 lek, the lowest rate in the past 10 years. Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Saturday the 17th of March 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. The chair of the Democratic Party, Lulzim Basha, has reacted to the recent arrest of the Democratic Mayor of Leja, Fran Frokai, calling for the investigation to be transparent and politically uninfluenced. The opposition leader said he hopes Frokai will be found innocent. Today, I want to tell all Albanians that we hope and wish Fran Frokai to be innocent. My attitude and that of the Democratic Party has not changed. All must be equal in front of the law, from the simplest citizens to the highest politicians. We demand that the investigation be transparent, not political, and be conducted with impartiality, declared Lulzim Basha. Meanwhile, the Democratic leader said justice cannot be selective, citing names of ministers and socialist mayors who, according to him, have been immersed in corrupt affairs. Albanians deserve a clean and professional justice system and not a justice system that has been captured and influenced by political agendas for a selective justice process, said Lulzim Basha. The opposition leader spoke to the media following a meeting of the Democratic Party regarding the inquiry commission for the Tahiri case. From Kukus, EU Delegation Chief Roman Vlahutin has put an end to ideas or projects for a border without customs between Albania and Kosovo. The European diplomat has made it clear from Morini's border point, where she expected the performance of the work of joint customs, that Albania and Kosovo will be without customs only after having ascertained EU membership. Albania-Kosovo without customs only as EU members, stated Roman Vlahutin. The EU project for the modernisation of border crossing points at Marine Vermits is towards completion. Joint customs will facilitate the movement from both sides, improving the daily lives of locals and helping to support new investments. Meanwhile, regarding the opening of negotiations, Vlahutin said that the assessment by the EU member states will begin in April and will end with a report in June, with all hoping it will be a positive report. The final report regarding the opening of negotiations can be expected in June, announced Vlahutin. During the visit, Vlahutin was accompanied by Albania's General Director of Customs, Belinda Ikonomi, the General Director of Kosovar Customs, Bahri Berisha, as well as senior officials of the border police from both countries. High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Federica Mogherini, has announced that next week, Kosovo President Hashim Thaçi and Serbia's Aleksandar Vučić will meet in Brussels. In a press release issued by the European Commission spokeswoman, Maja Kocijancic, it is said that the meeting will be held on the 23rd of March in the framework of facilitated dialogue, where they will evaluate the implementation of existing agreements. Through discussions were put on pause in recent months following the assassination of prominent Kosovar Serb politician Oliver Ivanović, Kosovo and Serbia have now resumed dialogue on normalising relations in line with the European Union mediation of 2011. Dialogue between Pristina and Belgrade, according to the European Union, aims at normalising relations between Kosovo and Serbia, as well as the integration of the Serb community under the framework of the legal system of Kosovo. Meanwhile, the implementation of agreements and obligations from this dialogue is a condition for the path of Kosovo and Serbia towards European integration. The Kosovar side has stated that there are a number of issues being raised as topics of discussion with Serbia, including the demarcation of the border between the two states, the issue of missing persons, and compensation for war and genocide that Serbia has committed in Kosovo. From April this year, over 11,000 small businesses with an annual turnover of 2 million lek or more will be included in the VAT scheme. Those affected have expressed uncertainty about the procedures and the cost that this change will bring. For this purpose, the General Directorate of Taxation has started training throughout the country, where the steps to be followed will be clarified. Glenn Sake is the owner of one business that now must be included in the VAT. He has a grocery store and has exceeded the turnover of 2 million lek annually. The businessman is interested in knowing how to act to ensure accordance with the regulations of the scheme. Another concern remains the costs that businesses will have with more explanations needed regarding this. The Taxation Directorate's training sessions are not only office-based, with countrywide dedicated ground visits being conducted by the Taxation Service employees who will attend to those businesses that will be included in this scheme. A total of 570 visits have been carried out so far. Shorbim Hudri is another businessman who provides a photocopying service in the capital. He says he will fill in the sale books himself and will not hire an accountant. Though there are also other businesses who feel the only solution is to hire an accountant, the cost of which is about 5,000 lek every 3 months. Eva Rama, responsible for the technical and legal sector in the Directorate of Taxation, explains that the application of this scheme has led to many businesses changing their status in an attempt to avoid paying their obligations. We are monitoring the situation to avoid abuses, emphasised Eva Rama. A second round of training was conducted by the Regional Tax Directorates of Tirana, Shkodra and Dibra from March 12 to 15. Small businesses that will be included for the first time in the VAT scheme were invited to attend. The total number of participants present for the training was estimated to be more than 230. The euro continues to lose points on the exchange rate against the Albanian lek. Currently, €1 is being exchanged for 131 lek, reaching the lowest level in the last 10 years. The depreciation of the European currency is quite noticeable, even at the beginning of this year, as in January, €1 was exchanged for 134 lek, while currently it is exchanged for only 131. According to experts, the situation has arisen due to the oversaturation of euros in the local currency market, which in turn results in low turnover of lek in the economy, as well as the approaching deadline for payments of VAT. The Bank of Albania's initiative for the de-Euroisation of the Albanian economy has also had an effect on the currency exchange between lek and euro. The impacts of this are mostly resulting from psychological effects, though at the same time giving a larger deviation on the market's main actors against the European currency. Expectations for the coming months are that the euro will continue to weaken as the summer is coming, and therefore the arrival of tourists as well as the return of emigrants affecting the growth of the euro circulation in the Albanian economy. So who are those most affected by the depreciation of the euro? Albanian exports suffer considerably, while those who benefit are importers and individuals who have loans in euro. There will be more cooperation in the field of investment between Albania and France. On the occasion of the Francophone Spring, French Ambassador Kristina Vasak visited the city of Elbasan, where she was received by Mayor Kazim Sedini. Sedini and Vasak discussed the possibilities of approaching foreign investors in Elbasan, especially in the former metalworks industrial area. More cooperation between Albania and France, declared Kristina Vasak. French ambassador also said that from Elbasan that France supports Albania in the field of European integration. Vasak visited Elbasan on the first official visit in about 30 years. She congratulated the mayor for the changes that the city of Elbasan has undergone. And that's the news across the country today. Thank you for watching our English edition this evening, and be sure to join me again every Monday to Saturday at 6 p.m. for the latest news from Albania. Once again, on behalf of Aura News, thank you, good night, and have a lovely weekend.